One. Happy Friday, August, Jerry. It's August 2nd, 2024. The Olympics are on. There's UFC tomorrow. There's a bunch of baseball on tonight. This is episode 30-something of the Jerry and Eli show. That's Jerry. I'm Eli. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
It's going all right. How you doing, my acquaintance?
I really had to poop right before the show, so that's actually on me. Why we're a couple minutes late. Yeah, I just had to go to the bathroom pretty bad. You know what I mean?
He had to take a shit, guys. He texted me.
Yeah, I did. It happens. You know, it just happens sometimes. Preferably, you know, at least once a day if you're on a regular bowel schedule. So I'm told by doctors and stuff. But we're gonna have a good show. Have you bet in the Olympics, Jerry?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never in my life given two shits about the Olympics. I'm not gonna start at 34 years old.
Okay, that's a weird thing of you to say. As much like not even trying to be like a diss, like as much as you just enjoy sports and stuff. I would think you'd be into the Olympics. You know what I mean?
Doesn't do anything for me.
Doesn't float your boat, eh? As the Canadians would say. Okay. Jerry's in a goodish mood. Is he? Is this what Jerry in a good mood looks like?
This is the best you're gonna get.
I need a haircut, guys. I'm thinking about growing it out, like Trevor Lawrence style. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? You think it would look good? I had a man bun in college for a minute.
Trevor Lawrence is actually handsome. Nothing's gonna save you, buddy. You look like one of the aliens from Mars Attacks.
One of the aliens from what?
Mars Attacks.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Mars Attacks? You are such an uncultured swine.
Is it like an anime?
Jesus Christ.
No, seriously, what is it? I've never even heard of it in my life.
God.
You're just not going to tell me, eh?
Well, I mean, how am I going to explain a whole movie to you? It's an old movie from like 20 years ago about aliens from Mars trying to come down here, and they try to make peace with them, and then the aliens just start shooting everybody. Go
along with it? What are we going along with? Jerry in a blue... I was trying to figure out what was different about Jerry. I don't think it's a good mood. I think he's just brighter. The lighting is better. Weird. Did you buy some lights or something?
The lighting is better because I'm wearing a brighter shirt. I said if I wear a non-black shirt, maybe the brightness will be a little better.
Okay. Is that the champagne of beers? This is a Miller High Life champagne of beers. See, it's like Joseph the only affordable at like my local liquor store down the road. Like it's like the only beer that's like less than $1 each. You know what I mean? Like the old like I don't know. They're all like Bud Light is.
There is no shot. Somebody just said, Vinny just said you look like Tom Holland. There's no.
You know, I legitimately I've gotten that like an uglier Tom Holland.
An uglier Tom Holland. Tom Holland got hit with a baseball bat. Jesus.
Go along with the hair. See, that's what I'm kind of... The only issue is my sister's getting married, and like if my wife was like, you need to cut your hair for your sister's wedding, I'd be like, no. But like I think if my sister asked me to, which I think she would probably do that, I would probably do it. I'm not drunk, guys. Come on. Oh, this is actually literally my first beer of the day. Look. Play some jazz. Popping bottles Friday. Like I've had 2 drinks of a Miller High Life. I'm gaining weight also. I'm at like 155. Getting kind of ripped cutting firewood, you know what I'm saying? Do you agree?
You just said you're getting ripped?
Yeah. Like shredded, you know what I mean? Not really. I didn't even tweet that we were going live. I was wondering why there's no... I was like kind of stalling, waiting for people to like show up to the show and stuff. Trying to figure out why nobody was here. I didn't even tweet that we were like doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why.
Did you do it now?
I'm gonna do it right now. If you want to talk about, I don't know, your general life or something.
My general life.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If I start talking about my general life, we're gonna have however many people in here just depressed for the rest of the day. Maybe the weekend.
Are you sure? You should try.
You did not put me at full screen. I'm not going to tell you about my life. My life is private. I deal with my own misery by myself. There's no reason. Misery loves company except for this guy, all right? My life is a comedy show.
Chat, how long do I just leave him there?
I'll hide my camera. I have no problem with that. I have a way out of this.
I'm almost done, buddy.
Hit leave.
All right. We're back. I tweeted it. Hell of a sweat, by the way, in the men's 10,000 meter run today. I tweeted it out. I was pretty sure that the one guy was not going to win. It was going to be one of the other two guys, who names I'm not going to try to pronounce because Jerry will call me racist. And I was almost right, but then I was wrong at the end. You know what I mean? And that just happens sometimes. I do think the odds on these track and field races are like wrong. So I'm going to be digging into that in a minute. After the baseball, that is. You want to talk about baseball though? It's probably why most people are here.
I mean, what's there to talk about? The balls are dead. The balls are alive. I mean, what are we getting today?
Well, the Diamondbacks are playing the Pirates in a baseball game today. It's in Pittsburgh. That's where the Pirates are located. There are two pitchers pitching. Brandon Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks and then Luis L. Ortiz for the Pirates. I almost bet on O'Neal Cruz today, but then I didn't. So he's probably going to hit one out. And then also, like, Corbin Carroll's starting to be an interesting bet. I'm not betting him today, but I think he's heating back up. I think we're going to really see him come alive. I think you mentioned that Tuesday. I mentioned that like a couple weeks ago. I was like way early. You were closer. Do you have any thoughts on this baseball game? Baseball game that's happening?
All right, so full disclosure, which is not full disclosure because everybody knows this already.
I do have a bet in this game. I forgot. Go ahead. Sorry.
I went 0 for 5 on Dinger Tuesday. And I'm pretty sure that's only like the second time I went 0 for 5 on a Dinger Tuesday. Because you can cheese your way on Dinger Tuesday, right? You can bet Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
You could put a whole bunch of chalk and you can go 1 for 5. You're not going to make profit, so to speak, but you'll make some money back and you'll make some bonus bets. It is what it is. I decided on that Dinger Tuesday, I was going to bet all chalk. Besides Vinny Pasquantino, which what did I say on that show? I said, Vinny is about to go on a power surge. This is just the beginning of it. He doesn't hit a home run that game. The next 2 games, he has 3 total home runs. That's just my luck. Irregardless, I'm not betting chalk today. I am betting on a guy in this game, which maybe I'm the only one betting on him. I don't know.
Does he play for the Pirates?
Joey Bart has been hitting the piss out of the baseball.
I looked at him today.
Did you want to guess it?
I was gonna try. I was gonna get that wrong anyway. I'll just be upfront about it. Okay. I did look at Joey Bart today. I like this pick. It's a big number too, right?
Joey Bart is plus 600 on FanDuel. Obviously, a lot of people are gonna bet on O'Neal Cruz. I will never be against you betting on O'Neal Cruz just because of the fact of his effortless power where he could just barrel 112 on any given pitch. Go ahead. Joey Bart has been hitting literally a piss missile just about every single day, right? You look at July 27th, he hit 2 baseballs very hard. Then July 28th, he hits another base. He has been hitting a baseball hard every single game. He finally got rewarded for it last game. He finally hit one out. But he is on a power surge right now, and he has a ton of untapped power. So I'm going to take him at plus 600. I think these are great odds for a guy who's just hitting the ball hard every single day.
I genuinely like that pick. I looked at Joey Bart. I looked really hard at O'Neal Cruz. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Brandon Pfaadt isn't that good. There's a guy that plays for the Pirates now that didn't play for him Monday. And, back at home in Pittsburgh, I think this team is really going to look to make a run. I think Brian De La Cruz is going to really try to put a stamp on, hey, I'm here and I matter, and I'm going to help this team. I haven't, tried to help a team get to the playoffs really, my entire career. It's been a long time at least. And I pulled the trigger on Brian De La Cruz. So, me and you are on opposite sides of the Cruzes tonight, plus 525. No, you're not. You didn't bet on O'Neal Cruz. You talked about that being a good bet. Plus 525 for Brian De La Cruz. I think it's a silly number. I think, the vibes had to be low in Miami. Just, I'm sorry if you're a Marlins fan. We've seen what this guy can do when he's dialed in. I think a new energy, new life in this team. He's got a lot more help around him. in that lineup offensively. Talked a lot in the Discord about how like I wouldn't be shocked to see the Pirates make a deep run in October. Honestly, I think they're kind of built for it a little bit with that rotation and just the way that their offense. I have a sidebar question for you before we go to the next game. So yeah, Brian De La Cruz plus 525. I think that number is silly, and I'm gonna bet it. So, quick question for you. We were kind of talking about like just the parity around MLB last night in the Discord. By the way, heavyhittermedia.net/Discord to sign up for that. And I said it came up that the Guardians have the best record in baseball and they're like a really good baseball team. Nobody's talking about it. And yes, it's because like a part of it is because it's Cleveland and like people generally don't care. I kind of also get the vibe that they're not really a team or an offense, especially that's built for playoff baseball. And I really struggled to say why that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you think of teams, I feel like you have a really good handle on Major League Baseball. When you think of an offense that's like built for the playoffs versus not, are you able to like define that? You know what I mean?
An offense that's built for the playoffs versus not.
Yeah, like I think the Red Sox, if they get to the playoffs, are going to be dangerous. Like I think that offense is built for October. I think they can make a run in the 7-game series. I don't think the Guardians are going to have like they can win a series. I just don't think that offense is built for the playoffs. And I can't tell you why. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, someone said that you made another live or something.
Tell people the other live.
And there's people sitting in there waiting for the show to start.
Oh shit!
You're a fucking idiot.
Should we stop this one and go to the other one? Do you think?
What?
How many people are in there?
7.
Is it actually 7?
Can you write in that chat or something? Or
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, can you answer my question while I go do this? I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, you're trying to say like a offense built for the playoffs versus not. So what are you saying? Like a team that is streaky or a team that's consistent? I mean, you look at a playoff lineup. You look at a good top of the order guy, a contact hitter. You really want 2 contact hitters, in the first 2 spots. You want a guy with like I think of like the 2006 Mets had such a good like lineup. It just like top to bottom. You look at like Jose Reyes, and then you have Carlos Beltran batting third, Delgado batting fourth, David Wright batting fifth. Like that kind of lineup is just like perfect for the playoffs. Then you look at like the Astros. They have like Jose Altuve, proven veteran, top of the order. Yordan Alvarez batting third, or maybe batting fourth, depending on the lineup. I just don't know what you're trying to define now. Like, what are you saying? Like,
so my example was, I think if the Guardians, for example, run into a tough lefty, like I think they're going to really struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because you can pitch around Jose Ramirez, and you have to really hope that Lane Thomas is like dialed in. I don't know, because they're kind of just lefty heavy with a lot of like really streaky guys. That was kind of my thought, and I got to that's kind of where I ended up. Whereas like I honestly, I mentioned I could see the Mets if you guys make it to the playoffs, just because like Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso are good enough at hitting the baseball when they're hot that like they can carry a team through a series or two. How the hell do I delete this?
What, live?
Yeah, I deleted it. My bad, guys. And then I got to change the name of this one, episode 34. Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Baseball has changed a lot over the years. I mean, you look at like early 2000s lineup, it was so basic. You had righty, lefty, right. They split that lineup up perfectly, right? It was no analytics. Now you have set lineups for versus lefties, you have set lineups versus righties, and it's just everything is like glorified AI generated. Not really, but might as well be. There's no real managerial moves, and you had more consistent lineups back then. I don't know. Baseball is weird now. There's guys batting all over the batting order now. You saw back in the day, teams wanted a consistent lineup as long as they could. People didn't move in the batting order. Now you're seeing guys jump to the top of the order. I mean, look at the Orioles. Even their experiment. Colton Cowser now is the leadoff hitter, and he's doing a phenomenal job at it. But they've made changes there too. You just didn't see that back in the day.
All right. I think the links are situated. long story short, I'm an idiot on multiple in multiple facets. Cole Reagan's in the Royals. Tarek Skubal, you're gonna tell me I'm saying his name wrong. I don't give a shit. And the Tigers, this game is in Detroit. I do not have a bet here, but I did have Salvador Perez written down. I also think Freddie Fermin is like gonna be an interesting bet down the stretch. I'm not betting it today. Also, that one guy for the Tigers, Colt Keith, he's hitting the shit out of the ball, but I'm not betting it's a lefty. You got anything here?
I think I've said it in the past. I hope that maybe at the end of the season, after everything's over, nobody's in the stadium, and this whole stadium just falls apart and they build a new one.
Yeah, it's tough.
No, thank you.
All right. Frankie Montas, Brewers. Jake Irvin, Nationals. I forgot Frankie Montas got traded to the Brewers. That's interesting. I don't have a bet here because I have never had a good read on the Brewers offense, and I don't really care about this Nationals offense, especially without Lane Thomas, unless I see CJ Abrams on a hot streak. So that's kind of where I'm at. You got anything in this game?
Let me just double check, see what odds I got him at. Okay. I'm betting on a weird one here. I mean, I'm not betting on chalk today. I'm taking a long shot. I'm going my gut. I'll let you play the little hint game. You're probably not going to get it right anyway. This guy is a Washington National, just taking over a starting job for the last 3 weeks. Someone was called down and he replaced him, and he's
James Wood
doing very well in that job.
James Wood?
No.
Harold Ramirez?
No. Harold Ramirez is doing pretty good himself, though. He's always been solid, though. That guy's one of the most underrated players.
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo? What are you talking about, Joey Gallo?
Victor Robles. Tell me.
Forget it. Juan Yepes
Never
has
would have
been
got
doing
that.
a phenomenal job.
Never.
Joey Meneses absolutely stunk it up. They sent him down, and Juan Yepes has been ridiculously good. I mean, he's been everything they asked for and more. A lot of untapped potential here for this guy. I mean, he has a lot of power. He is actually a reverse split hitter. This is why I targeted him here. Reverse split in the minors, reverse split in the majors. Like I said, there's untapped raw potential for power there. The only problem with him, he hasn't been really barreling the ball. He's hitting the ball 100 miles an hour a lot. He has not hit that threshold really where we're looking more for 104, 106 for those home runs, right? But he's right there, and he's putting together some incredible at-bats. And when there's a guy hungry, holding on to a job right now where he can have a future here, I have to take a shot on it.
Okay. I didn't even really know he was playing for the Nationals, so I'm going to trust you on that. Kevin Gossman, the Blue Jays are in the Bronx second on Marcus Stroman and the Yankees. You could tell me that you're going to bet on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'm going to tell you that's a good bet. I have literally, and I'm not kidding, I don't think I've ever won a single bet on Vladdy, so I'm not going to bet on him, and you're welcome. I do have a bet in this game, and I wish the number was better. Giancarlo Stanton is who I'm betting on, and I don't feel great about it, just because I think he should be closer to plus 400 coming back off the IL. It usually takes him a while to get going. The last game, this man hit, obviously, you know what he's done. Course of his career, hit baseballs really hard. Hasn't hit a fly ball yet. I guess he hit one fly ball at 90 miles an hour since coming back off the IL. Last game against the Phillies, Giancarlo Stanton, and I just broke my whole thing here. I'm so annoyed. My life is falling apart. These are the baseballs he hit. 113.4 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, 114.5 miles an hour, 110.10 miles an hour. 3 of those were against Christopher Sanchez, who has been really, really good. I'll beat these. He's a lefty, and Gossman is a righty. Back in the Bronx tonight, he's kind of got to go. If the Yankees are going to do anything here, Giancarlo Stanton either needs to be good or needs to be cut. There's no ifs and or if whatever. And I think he's got enough history and good enough numbers against Gossman. He's going to be feeling good. He's going to be feeling confident. We just like it can even be a line drive if he's going the other way. 120 mile an hour line drive in Yankee Stadium can go out to right field. He is 7 for 19 against Gossman. Like Giancarlo Stanton's not going to have a 368 batting average against very many pitchers with 19 at bats. It's a big sample size. 2 home runs. Give me Giancarlo Stanton. It's somewhere around plus 300. That is, by the way, I have a 3-leg home run parlay. That's leg number 2, Giancarlo Stanton, in addition to Brian De La Cruz, who plays for the Pirates now. What do you think about this game, bud? Or what do you think about my bet?
This was the only chalk pick for me, and it was Vladdy. The only issue was I had built out my parlay on BetMGM, and I had Vladdy in there. And I don't keep money in BetMGM. I don't really keep money in sportsbooks anyway. So I had to go and start my deposit.
Good advice. If you keep money in sportsbook, don't do that. Go ahead.
I mean, if I hit a big size bet, I'll cash everything out except for like $100.
Yep.
It's a fucking terrible habit to leave money in your. You lose the value of money when it's sitting in a sportsbook account. I will tell you that. It's just you will bet like me. Usually I bet like $10 on a lotto. And there's been times where I'll have a big hit and I'll end up betting like $30 on a lotto and it doesn't hit. And I'm like, what am I doing, man? I just lost like 3 times what I would usually lose. Just taking money out of sports books. Yes. It did cost me because I had Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at plus 525, I think it was. Or it was plus 525 or plus 575. It was a big difference from the other books. And I said, holy shit. So I had my parlay going. And I was finished, and I went to go hit deposit, and the odds literally just tanked right in front of me. So went back to FanDuel because I had better odds on 2 other guys. So I did end up putting it on FanDuel at plus 430, and that's my 3rd leg. And for those asking, like, I used to stay away from Stroman, right? Stroman, I love Stroman as a pitcher.
He's been bad.
He has definitely hit a wall as a Yankee. He is on pace to give up the most home runs he's ever given up in a single season. He's already at 18. The most he's given up is 21. He's probably going to give up like maybe 24 home runs this season. So he went from being like a stay away guy for me because he is obviously a pitcher's pitcher, tries to force weak contact, but he is getting torched in Yankee Stadium especially.
Why not keep money in books? Jerry did a good job of explaining it. One of the main reasons, like if you read deep enough into terms and conditions on a lot of books, like they're not a bank, basically. So, yeah, that's your money. But, like, if they want to go back and say house rules say that this bet shouldn't have cashed when it did, like, they could do it and probably
take it back.
And it happens all the time. And, like, especially not necessarily as much on FanDuel and DraftKings, but especially on, like, your smaller books that I'm affiliated with. So I can't really, talk a whole lot of trash about them. But, so that's one reason. The other reason, like Jerry was saying, you mentally kind of write that off as like real money. Like especially that's why every time we hit a big ticket, I'm like, please withdraw your money, right? Withdraw your money because all of a sudden you had $20 in there yesterday. Now you have $2,000 or $3,000 in there. Like that's happened to us a couple times this season. If you don't withdraw that, like if you withdraw that immediately, right now you have $2,000-$3,000 in your bank account that you didn't have yesterday. Whereas if you leave it in your gambling account, that's what they want you to do because you see that as, oh, that's just gambling winnings. I'm gonna
Monopoly money.
That's Monopoly money. I'm gonna just use that to bet, and I'm also gonna bet more frequently and a higher dollar amount. And that's how, in long run, they can afford to pay a 50% tax on revenue in states like New York because people are dumb. So with withdrawing money, it's just the safest practice for a lot of different reasons. We talked enough about that.
But small money is fine. Like I'm not saying
a couple $100, and I generally have a couple $100 in FanDuel, and then pretty much nothing anywhere else, just because FanDuel is the most frequently used book. It's kind of annoying every time, but there's almost always $0 in BetMGM, DraftKings, Bet365, all of them.
And this is more towards like the middle class people like us. Like we're just middle class people. We'd lose the value of $1. If you're rich, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really give a shit. But
and also if you're super small units, right? Like I literally when I first created a FanDuel account, I put $20 in there, And then for like 2 years, I didn't withdraw or deposit any money. I played with that same $20 and got it up to 100 and then back down to 10. And then, so that's, if that's your thing, whatever. Right. But we're trying to be profitable long term and make a lot more money in that. So Baltimore Orioles, Cleveland Guardians, Dean Kramer, Carlos Carrasco. We kind of got to pick it up a little bit. I feel like get through these games. I think we got some starting pretty soon. I do have a bet here, but I'll let you go first.
I already know you're betting and you're an idiot, but
you bet on Tuesday.
I'm betting. Yeah, and I was an idiot. I told everybody I'm an idiot. I said when this guy doesn't hit, I'm an idiot. Don't even feel free to yell at me. Irregardless, I'm betting on a guy with way more value. What did I get him at? Let me just double check.
Ben Holiday.
No.
You're betting Naylor.
I'm betting on a guy that's been hitting much better than the guy you're betting on.
Jose Ramirez.
I'm betting him at almost double the odds. Who am I betting on?
Almost double the. You got it plus 900.
Wait.
Do you know what double
plus
means?
630.
Plus 630. Okay. 50%
I said
more.
almost double.
Sure. Is it Bo Naylor?
No, it's on the same team as the guy you picked.
Oh, Colton Cowser then.
Yes,
Okay.
Colton Cowser.
Solid bet.
I mean, ever since I don't know what I mean. Obviously, he's getting a lot more protection in the lineup. He's leading off. He's taking that job by stride. He's doing a fantastic job. I think he's hitting 375 with a couple home runs. He's hitting the literal piss out of the baseball. And I'm getting plus 630 for him versus Carlos Carrasco. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to even bash you. I like your guy too. But I saw plus 630 and I had to change my underwear. I got so excited.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with Gunnar Henderson. And listen, I haven't bet on Gunnar Henderson in a long time. He's been on somewhat of a, I mean, he's been hitting the ball pretty well. He just hasn't been hitting the ball out. He hasn't hit a home run since July 14th. He hit 2 home runs in the month of July. Like, this man has 28 home runs on the season. He hit 2 in July. That's crazy. I'm really starting to like what I'm seeing in his exit velocity logs. So 2 games ago, 109, 106, 105. Line drives and grounders. 2 line drives and a ground ball. Yesterday, 100, 108, 104, 98.5. 2 fly balls, 2 line drives. So the fly ball rate is going way up, at least last few games. The exit velocity is crazy high. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baseballs. Yeah. In the last 2 games, he's made contact with 8 baseballs. 7 of them have been 100 miles per hour or more. And the 8th one was 98.5. Granted, only 2 of those were fly balls. Those 2 were yesterday. Carlos Carrasco sucks. I think there's a world where Colton Cowser, Gunnar Henderson, and Jackson Holiday all hit one out tonight. And I looked at the Jackson Holiday too. I think that's an interesting bet. But I'm just, July 1st, if we saw plus 400, plus 425 for Gunnar Henderson, we would be like, what the hell happened? You know what I mean? So that rounds out my 3 legs. I know we have games starting pretty soon, like 40 minutes. This is my bet. I got Brian De La Cruz for the Pirates now, plus 525. Giancarlo Stanton, plus 325. I do wish that number was higher. It should be higher, but I think he's going to hit one out, so it doesn't matter. Gunnar Henderson at plus 400. I got $15 to win 19. Here's another way sportsbooks get you, by the way. The $10 minimum deposit thing pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Because I had $5 in MGM. I usually bet $10 on this. But I was like, whatever, I'll just deposit the $10 minimum. And then so I don't have $5 left over there again, I'll just bet 15 on it instead of 10. That pisses me off. I should be able to deposit 1 cent into MGM if I wanted to, but whatever. That's my bet. What do you think, bud?
You know that every time that you make a deposit, they get charged for it, right?
You think I give a shit?
So why would they do a 1 cent? Like, you have no common sense. Common sense isn't that common. You are a nerd. You understand all these things about computers, but you have no common sense.
It's a percentage charge, by the way. So your comment is irrelevant. But okay.
They're gonna split a penny in half. Have you ever split a penny in half? Is there such thing as half a penny?
I mean, I got an ankle grinder.
A what?
An angle grinder?
You see, you're just being a smart aleck.
You gotta be careful with those. You'll take your finger off real quick. I know you're an electrician. You probably never used one in your life, but Blake Snell of the Giants, Andrew. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that? That was not nice of me to say. I'm sorry, pal. Giants, Reds.
I'm better with my hands than you'll ever be, buddy.
It's a weird thing to say to me on live internet television. The Giants and the Reds are playing a baseball game, and two pitchers are pitching, and Blake Snell and Andrew Abbott are those two pitchers, and I'm not betting in the game, even though it's in a Little League park. But I don't know. You got anything?
I lost my train of thought. What game were we talking about?
The Giants and the Reds.
All right. You don't have a bet in this game? You're an idiot.
These two, the offenses kind of stink, bud. You know what I mean?
Who cares?
And it's Blake Snell on one side. So are you betting a Giant? You're betting Conforto.
Of course I'm betting a Giant.
You're betting Malcolm Conforto.
I'm not betting Conforto. Why do you say it like that? Conforto. Michael Conforto.
That's what I said.
You said Conforto. You're betting
Michael
on Conforto. You
Conforto.
sound like a freaking robot.
Can you tell us who the hell you're betting on? These games starts in 30 minutes.
No, I'm gonna
You're
make
pissing me off.
Yes. Someone who has never hit a home run.
Someone who's never hit a home run on the Giants?
Never hit a home run. Yep. Don't look at ESPN, cheater.
Kurt Casale. Has he hit a home run before?
You even got that wrong. It was such an Marco Luciano is going to hit his first career home run today. Obviously, if people know me from last year, I talked this kid up a lot. He was a exit velo monster in the minor leagues. He was supposed to be last season. He was supposed to be the Giants' answer to left-handed pitching and be their right-handed power bat when they were struggling, looking for answers when they couldn't get power out of their guys. Especially when there was a lefty on the mound. You had guys like Yastrzemski and Conforto and all these guys that they really couldn't generate power versus lefty pitchers. Went back to the minors. Now he's back up in the major leagues. And there's just too much of a gut sense that he is going to finally hit his first major league home run in this little bandbox of a ballpark versus a left-handed pitcher. Obviously, Matt Chapman is probably the obvious choice here. Would you agree? The exit velo numbers have been through the roof. The only issue with him has been launch angle, especially versus left-handed pitching. He's been hitting the literal piss out of the baseball versus lefties.
I think Helio Ramos is even more interesting than him, but I think Helio Ramos is like plus 100 or something stupid. But yeah, Chapman or Ramos.
Matt Chapman is plus 240 today. There was no shot that I was betting that. But like I said, Matt Chapman has been hitting 112 piss missiles versus lefties, but the only problem is he's hitting them 16, 17 launch angle. He's hitting line drives. So no thanks. I'm going to take a shot on Marco Luciano, which his job was to hit lefties. Obviously, like I said, this guy was an exit velo monster in the minor leagues. He's waiting to hit his first home run. It's been way too long. This is a gut play plus a little bit of analytics, but I think Marco Luciano is going to hit his first home run. Plus 540, it's disgusting odds. I was hoping to get plus 800 or better. They're not going to give it to you in Cincinnati. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to take a shot here that he's going to hit his first home run.
They're both 280 on FanDuel. Jay looks refreshed. It's the blue shirt, guys.
I'm going to summon it. I'm going to summon Marco Luciano's first career home run tonight. That's it.
Hey, you guys remember all of the talking we do about like gamble responsibly and all that? I'm just about to empty my entire bank account on that, but I'll do it later. Helio Ramos slugging 800 against lefties. Yeah, I've got him at 868 to be more specific, but yeah, it's insane. Jerry looks refreshed today. I'm telling you guys, it's a blue shirt. That's right. You guys are right. Whoever said that early. Blue's a nice color on you, pal. You know what I mean?
It's actually a Donald Duck shirt, my friend. It's Donald Duck, and it says lost temper, and he's like screaming. It's my favorite shirt.
It's a great shirt for you, bud. Valente Bayozo, Spencer Schwellenbach, Marlins, Braves. I'm out, although pretty much everybody in the Braves lineup could hit one out. It's just, I don't know, like right after a team like fully sells, like everybody like the Marlins did, it's just a weird vibe for me, and I'm not going to bet it. You know what I mean? Like the Marlins could either like completely give up and not score a run the rest of the season, or they might like win 7 games in a row for no reason. That's like, I feel like there's not going to be much of an in between. And I'm not going to bet this game personally. What do you think?
No, I'm not gonna bet it either.
Okay. Eli got to chill. What did I do now? Matt Olson is back.
By the way,
hitting
that was
bigger.
I have no more bets in.
Yeah, me neither. You know.
We can do a little chatting, I guess.
Yeah, we can just keep talking. Cutter Crawford, Jose Urena. Terrible last name for him. You know.
Uranus.
Exactly. Urena. Also, actually, urethra is what came to my mind first. You know what I mean? It's just tough. I don't know. I feel bad for him. Corey Seager is probably going to hit one out tonight. Also, like Rafael Devers is really good at baseball. So, yeah, the odds on both of those guys are trash. Like, I almost bet on Seager, but like he hasn't hit one in a while. It's like plus 260, and I'm just not about it. So that's a no for me. And that's pretty much it. You got any thoughts on this game?
I mean, to be honest, I don't have much thoughts in general.
Just no thoughts in your head.
Very, very few, brother. Like there's just very little that goes on in my head.
The AR-15, Gunner, Tovar, and Profar. I see what you're trying to do there. I feel like you need to try a little harder, Ricky. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the effort.
He's going with the R's. Did you see that Tovar?
I get it now. AR. That was so smart. I didn't even understand what you were doing.
You're just. I'm telling you, common sense is not very common. I saw it right off the get.
I thought it was just Gunner. I thought it was just Gunner. Like his name has gun in it, and then 15. But then he also had Tovar and Profar. AR. That's genius. Tons of respect. Talk UFC.
ChatGPT and AI has dumbed you down. You don't do anything for yourself anymore.
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take by you.
You have no problem solving abilities anymore. They do it all for you.
The Dodgers? Did the Dodgers play tonight?
Oh my God! Do the Dodgers play on a Friday night?
White Sox Twins. White Sox Twins. How the hell do you not trade Garrett Crochet if you're the White Sox? Gross mismanagement of an entire baseball system. Chicago White Sox, Colorado Rockies, San Diego Padres, unless they somehow win a World Series this year. 3 teams. I feel bad for your fan bases. How do you still have Garrett? That's a rant. Anyway, I think Byron Buxton might hit one out. I don't know. I think it's a bullpen day for the White Sox. I'm kind of out. And then I'm also literally not going to bet on a single White Sox player the rest of the season unless it's Luis Robert Jr. against a lefty probably. So what do you think about this game? Anything?
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I am trying to make sure that I have the Dodgers game in my list here. Okay, yeah, they're playing in Oakland, so they pretty much actually don't play tonight. Stupid.
Yep.
Idiot. I was talking to Jerry, not you, chat. Shane Boz, Rays. Yusei Kikuchi making his Astros debut. Yandy Diaz is interesting. I mean, Jordan. The Astros got to go soon, I think. Crochet ruined his value. He had like one bad start, didn't he? Oh, he did. That thing he said. That I agree with you. I forgot he said that, and like I'm kind of out on him now again. Did you hear that?
What?
Garrett Crochet said he if he gets traded, he wasn't going to pitch in the playoffs unless he was signed to an extension.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a player. They can't. Can they make him pitch in a post? Like, do you even have to make that statement? You know what I'm saying?
Also, you're probably going to get more money if you go to the open market and have people bid on. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's just a terrible business move. It's a terrible marketing move. Like, I know I come across like I'm an idiot. I think about these things like pretty thoroughly and pretty in depth. That is a terrible thing to come out and say publicly if you're Garrett Crochet. I don't see any positives. No positives, because you're still on a dog shit baseball team, and now people also don't like you. This stupid move. It's not bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
What is the bullshit though? What is the bullshit? Like him saying he won't pitch in the postseason?
Yeah, him saying I'm not going to pitch in the postseason unless you sign me to an extension. One, you're under contract. It is you're not making as much money for how good you are, but there's like arbitration for a reason. And like, I don't. It's my thing is real quick. It's disrespectful to baseball. I think it's just disrespectful to the game of baseball.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You are half right. I think him bringing up the whole contract shit is stupid. You can manipulate whether or not you're going to pitch in the postseason You can literally go to your trainer and say, I'm having arm fatigue. I haven't pitched this many innings. I don't want to pitch. They're not even going to blink. They will not put you out there in the postseason. You're a young pitcher under team control for a few more years, right? He has like two, 3 more years, I think, of team control or something like that. They're not going to force the issue. I think him going out and saying that, he didn't want to be traded. He just wanted to make it difficult.
Why would you not want to be traded if you're him? Why would you want to stay?
I don't know.
There's no way.
Maybe his kids are in school. Maybe he has kids. Maybe they're in a school district.
Isn't he like 12?
I don't know. Huh?
Isn't he like 12 years old?
He's 25, isn't he?
He's in. I misspoke. He's not going to hit the open market because Jerry's right. He does have, I think, 2 years of arbration left. So he's not going to make very much.
There's also no reason to rush the trade anyway. They have way more time to trade him. Anyways, move on. We still got games left.
Yeah, we don't have any. We have games starting pretty soon. Let's recap our bets again, and then we could just fly through the rest of these. Then I'll talk about some UFC and talk about some track, and you can go away if you want to. Here's my bet. And Jerry, can you actually read this to chat while I download yours and put it in here?
I can't see it. It's this big on my screen.
Can you see it now?
No.
Damn it.
It's literally this big on my screen. I'm on a laptop and I'm blind. I can't see anything. Hold on. I see.
If I make it much bigger, like it's going to be like this and you can't really see all of them.
See. Okay. Brian Dela Cruz, Mike Stanton, and Gunnar Henderson.
Mike Stanton.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Brian De La Cruz, Giancarlo Stanton, Gunnar Henderson. This is my bet. I have $15 on it to win almost $2,000. And now Jerry's going to start talking about his bets while I have to go to Discord and download them because he bought me 0 time.
Can you put my
I'm working on it.
How much time did you need?
10 more seconds.
Okay. I have 5 bets tonight. One of them is kind of chalk, and the rest of them are just ridiculous non-chalk. I'm never betting chalk again in my life because I feel like a dweeb. Like, I see all these people, they post the chalk on the internet. Oh, I'm him. I got this right. Shut the fuck up. All right? I'm betting
Judge Devers,
like
Ohtani. Shut the hell up, man.
Yeah, Ohtani. The fucking Devers, Yordan Alvarez. I'm him. I'm really like that. Shut the fuck up, buddy. All right? I'm betting on real shit over here. Excuse my language. Sorry for cussing. Joey Bart, Juan Yepes, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which is the only chalk I really bet. Marco Luciano is going to hit his first home run of his major league career today. That's going to be me going on the internet and saying, I'm really like that. If I ever do that, if you see me in person, punch me in the face because I don't want to sound like a tool bag. I need to be punished for my sins. And Colton Cowser at plus 630. I hate everybody. Every time I log on to Twitter, I just hate everybody. I want to delete the app.
0 years of team control left. Assuming you're talking about Garrett Crochet. No, so he did sign a 1-year contract this offseason. That was to avoid arbitration.
Arbitration.
So he has 2 years, 2025, 2026. Those are also arbitration years. So he made $800,000 this year, which for his level, like the production to dollar amount for Garrett Crochet is insane. He's probably gonna make like $5 million-ish next year, and then his third, like the 2026 RB year, might be like 15 if he continues like this.
It's going up. It's about like at the top end, they're looking a really good pitcher. If he's gonna be elite, he's looking at about 18, 19 million.
Jerry would know more about the ins and outs of like union contracts. No disrespect, I trust him. But like the next year is probably like in the 5 to 10-ish range, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Describing every baseball capper last night.
I hate them all. Shooter, I hate them all. I literally log on to Twitter and I hate them. And then I don't even follow these freaking idiots. It's people. My thing keeps switching from following to for you by itself, and I just get these random
Elon
bags. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's doing something because I'm getting these random tool bags on my things, and they're like betting on straight up chalk, and they're like, I'm really like that. I think you need to be really like that. Alone in a dark basement for about 2 weeks.
Three plus 250 home run legs. That there's probably like 5 to 10 of those different tickets in a Discord. Like, we all know what you're doing, guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who won yesterday. I'm not trying. I'm probably gonna get tagged on Twitter. Like, oh, you guys talking shit about Portman or something. No, like I was not even on Twitter yesterday, so I don't even know who won.
James Wood, he hit a little bit of a wall himself.
Yes, I was trying to respond to that question, Geechee. Sorry. I agree with Jerry. Not tonight, not against Montas. Splitter's a hard thing to pick up on. Like, Montas hasn't been great. I think this could be just me making things up in my head because I don't have numbers or anything like this. You played more baseball than me, or at least for longer. I feel like a splitter is, you see it so rarely that I would think like a splitter is probably more effective against younger hitters, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like veterans are going to be able to, I don't know. I'm probably just making that up. But I'm not betting on James Wood tonight. He's probably going to hit one out now. What's the next game? We talked about the Rays. Mets Angels.
We didn't talk about the we were starting to talk about the Rays and Astros, and we didn't.
Yeah, but we're not betting it. Do you have any thoughts on that team? That game?
I'm literally on the fence of taking a shot on Jose Siri on BetMGM just because it's plus 700. And the splits are there for him. This is the perfect odds, the perfect scenario to take a shot on a guy like Jose Siri versus a guy like Kikuchi. So it's very, very tempting right now. I haven't locked it in yet. I think that game starts at what, 8?
Maybe
8 o'clock game.
Real quick. It's still it is still hard. It's still very hard to hit a 3-legger even if it's 3 chalk legs. But the issue with it is if you're playing 3 chalk legs, like, you are gonna win every once in a while. I don't think you're really gonna win that much more often than if you were playing like 1 chalk leg and 2 higher odds legs, like which is what I typically do. And also, real quick, sorry, it's not necessarily that just winning on a chalk ticket is like annoying or cringe. It's that we know that if you were like in that Discord, there's probably like 5 of those chalk tickets for that one day. That's what pisses me off, because like, yeah, he probably won money yesterday. If that's and again, I don't even know who won yesterday. But just betting the 3 chalk legs, you're gonna lose money. Several things, but go ahead. I'm out of beer.
Look at alcoholic. He's thirsty for another one already. Is when they're posting all these tickets. Oh, I like this guy. I like this guy. And then all of a sudden they post this winning ticket. They were like, I put this in last minute. And you didn't share it. No, you put 10 different tickets in.
Especially like hiding the amount.
That's why you didn't share it.
Hiding the bet amount.
Now you want the retweets. You want the follows off a ticket that you shared with nobody. Yeah. Shame on you. You are a fucking moron. All right, rant over.
We missed those. What did we miss, Cleon? But yeah, no disrespect meant to anybody. It is still hard to hit a 3-leg.
Disrespect to everybody.
Jerry's disrespect in the world. Mets, Angels. I looked at Moniak pretty hard. I looked at Ohapi pretty hard. Tyler Anderson's been pretty good. I didn't really look at any Mets. Blackburn making his Mets debut. Going to be interesting to see what that looks like. You got any thoughts here?
So this is a very rare scenario, right? Blackburn got traded. He's doing 2 back-to-back starts against the Angels in LA, or they're Anaheim. They're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, right?
Who cares?
Are they? I don't even know where they play. Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
Are they actually in Los Angeles?
I don't know, and I genuinely don't give a shit.
Regardless,
that's like 3 times. You said lineup. Tuesday. Hang on a second. Tuesday, you said you were only going to say that once per show. That's like minimum 3 times you said irregardless today, which is a word, but you're using it incorrectly.
Are you grammar clocking me?
I just remember everything.
Word clocking me?
I just remember everything.
Okay. Well,
that I want
congratulations. You pay attention to everything that's meaningless.
Jerry, take your Mets.
Regardless, he has to face this lineup again at their own home. It's going to be a very weird scenario. And he got lit up decently. He gave up 2 home runs. So I don't know. I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know what the data is on a guy facing the same team in back-to-back starts. But I would assume it's advantage hitter, right? If I had to guess.
I would think so.
So it's just going to be tough. It's going to be a tough debut for him, especially the Angels. Like I said, they're sneaky. You could get a lot of value off this team. Obviously, I bet on Mickey Moniak yesterday. Did you see the 2-legger that I would have hit? I had Moniak and I had Tovar. Tovar hit one that would have been out in 24 stadiums. Broke my heart.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but
today's a new day.
yeah, yesterday I was also on Tovar. I was on Vinny, who hit one out, and I was on Jesus Sanchez, who also hit a 95 perfect launch angle. Like I was very close to going from $5 to $2,000 yesterday on Vinny P. Jesus Sanchez is equal Tovar with you. So yeah. But yeah, that's tough. Speaking of that team, at least Austin Gomber, Rockies, Randy Vasquez, and the Padres. I looked really hard at Toglia and Tovar again. I also looked at Jake Cave in this game. Manny Machado is a little interesting, but then he has terrible numbers against Gomber, which is a very weird thing to have. And I didn't bet any of them, but I mean, I think Tovar probably hits one tonight. I think Toglia also could hit one tonight. I also don't love the ballpark though in San Diego. That's one of the reasons we got burned yesterday, honestly. San Diego is one of the least hitter-friendly parks that we probably don't talk about enough. Like we talk
They have
about
weird dimensions, man.
we talk
Especially,
about
I think,
Oakland,
right center.
Yeah, we talk about Oakland being bad. We talk about Detroit being bad. Like San Diego actually isn't that far behind as far as like expected home runs to home runs or whatever. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but it's I mean, if you're pretty tough.
If you're a lefty, you severely pull the ball, you have like a slight advantage, and then the dimensions get really wacky out there, especially in right center. So it's a weird one. But Tovar right now is on a power. So obviously, it was between him and Moniak for me yesterday, and I ended up going with Mickey Moniak. And then my round robin died, so I ended up throwing in one more two-legger with Tovar and Moniak, and it was almost a nice little plus 2,800 hit. But he is hitting the ball very, very well right now. His confidence is very high.
Joey 8 Legs says it's Profar. I don't mind a Profar bet here. I don't know. I feel like I've had Profar vibes this season, and I don't actually think I've bet on him once. I don't know. Like, he does hit the ball hard, and he hits home runs. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Gavin Stone, Dodgers, Joey Estes, and the Oakland Athletics, who for some reason, so they still have Brent Rooker, right? They didn't trade Brent Rooker. What the hell are you doing? But we know. Shohei Ohtani's probably going to hit one out, even though it's Oakland, but somebody said he's like plus 180 in Oakland. So, like, I don't care about this game at all. I'm guessing you just don't really have any thoughts at all about this game, right?
Like I said, I don't have many thoughts. In some games, I don't have enough of a brain to put thoughts into it.
Yep.
This was one of them.
Yeah, Phillies, Mariners, last game, Tyler Phillips, Brian Wu. No bet for me here. Brian Wu has been really good. He's been really good. 0.7 home runs per 9 innings. That's a very small number. Tyler Phillips only made 4 starts. He's been pretty solid as well. I don't know. Seattle's another pretty big-ish ballpark. Cal Raleigh is a name that I did have written down. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. You want to recap bets one more time, and then you can get out of here, and I'll spend 10 minutes on track and 10 minutes on UFC, and then I'll go eat dinner.
You're actually going to talk about track. You're a weirdo.
I am.
Anyways, I'm betting on Joey Bart, Juan Yepes, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Marco Luciano, and Colton Cowser. This is what a man's bet looks like. This is what someone that really has a set of cojones bets on. Not like the chalk that you'll see a lot of times out of Eli.
What the?
I did round robin. Anyways, I did round robin this by 3. I threw something on a round robin by 4, and obviously, since I didn't bet much today, I went a little crazy, and I put $10 on all 5 of these, which is stupid because it's almost impossible at a 5-leg parlay. But I did put $10 to win $110,000, and when that bet hits, I'm not going to be here on Tuesday. I'm not going to be here next Friday.
Jerry's done talking about that. And my bet includes Brian De La Cruz, not chalk, plus 525. Giancarlo Stanton, kind of chalkish, but shouldn't be. And I'm betting it anyway, like an idiot, plus 325. And Gunnar Henderson probably should be chalk, and he's not, at plus 400, $15 to win 1,900. This is my only bet tonight. I'm not round robining it. I don't know. I don't really round robin 3-leggers by 2 unless it's like a weird day-night game split. But this is my bet. Yeah, any closing thoughts for you before I talk about the stuff you don't care about?
Have fun talking about men racing.
I'm going to talk about women racing.
Have fun, buddy.
Bye, buddy. Love you.
Bye. Love you long time.
Oh, Jerry's gone. I'm going to make this quick. There's not a ton of finals tomorrow, or at least finals that I care about as far as track and field goes. The big one is the women's 100-meter dash. That's an interesting one. Let me pull the schedule real quick. U.S. or Olympics, athletic schedule. Why the hell is it called athletics? First of all, it's track and field. You know what I mean? Is that like a non-American thing, calling track and field athletics? Because I feel like every sport is kind of athletic. You know what I mean? Except like golf, and I love golf. It's just like a weird thing to call it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, tomorrow, let's see, we got shot put. I don't have a read at all on shot put or triple jump or the 4x4 mixed final or the decathlon. So yeah, the only final on track and field tomorrow is the 100-meter dash. I haven't placed a bet here, and I'm probably not going to. Sha'Carri Richardson is the favorite. She is the fastest woman on the earth in the last year. What I'll say is Julian Alfred is a problem. I don't think she's going to beat Sha'Carri Richardson. But she's beat her before. Like less than a year ago. Julian Alfred beat Sha'Carri Richardson. So Sha'Carri Richardson is like minus 350, minus 400. And that number is wrong. Like she shouldn't be that. I don't think she should be that big of a favorite. Because Shericka Jackson is also very live to win that race tomorrow. Like the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fastest times in the last 2 years, Sha'Carri Richardson has one of them. But Julian Alfred ran a 10.8 into a 1.7 headwind. Like that's a lot of wind for a track event. Julian Alfred is going to make the race interesting tomorrow. I think Shericka Jackson also has a shot to win tomorrow. So I came into this Olympics thinking it was going to be Sha'Carri Richardson by like a lot, and I do think Sha'Carri has like a 10:55 in her, and we might see that tomorrow afternoon. But I don't like it enough to bet my money on it, especially not at minus 300 or whatever it is. If she has a bad start, yeah. If and she's done that before, right? Like Olympic, like in the trials, or was that the World Championships? She stumbled out. Like if she stumbles tomorrow afternoon, she's not gonna win. Like Sha'Carri is the fastest woman on earth, but she hasn't been consistent enough to warrant a minus 350. Somebody tell me what the line actually is, because I think it's like minus 300, minus 400. If they run this, what are the implied odds of that? Like what, 70% or something like that? If they ran this race 10 times, I don't think Sha'Carri Richardson wins more than 5. Truly. And I like, I'm a huge Sha'Carri Richardson fan. 3 years ago, whatever it was, I had like no followers on Twitter, and I was really trying hard to start the free Sha'Carri hashtag or whatever it was. 1.3x. I don't know what that means, Dumbo. I don't know what that means. Is that minus 400-ish? But yeah, Sha'Carri is notorious for bad starts. Yeah. If she stumbles out of the gate like she did in trials tomorrow, I think it's probably Julian Alfred. And if it's not Julian Alfred, it's going to be Shericka Jackson. Like again, if they run this race 10 times, I think Sha'Carri probably wins 5. I think Julian Alfred probably wins 2 or 3. Shericka Jackson probably wins 2 or 3, and honestly, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, for as old as she is, might win it once. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So the one final that I actually care about tomorrow, again, is the 100-meter women's dash, 100 times. So yeah, but so I understand that, but I can't translate that to American odds in my head. You know what I'm saying? You're right. I'm an idiot. I've acknowledged that several times publicly. What I will say is I have already placed a bet on Julian Alfred to win the 200. It was plus 450 yesterday. This morning, sorry. I saw plus 450 right after I saw her run the 100-meter her heat, and I was like, she just ran pretty much the same time as Sha'Carri Richardson did, and I think she shut it down maybe a little bit sooner than Sha'Carri did. I think Julian Alfred is going to win the 200-meter dash. I say that like Gabby Thomas is really fast. It's probably going to be Gabby Thomas, but Julian Alfred is not going to be plus 450 when the 200-meter dash starts on August 6th, whatever day that is, 4 days from now. Minus 290 on FanDuel. So that's getting it's closing a little bit then, because I think it was in the the minus 350 minus 400 range like an hour ago. Like I do think she's gonna win. I hope she wins with everything, right? It would have to be minus 150 for me to bet on it. And then even still, I don't think that I would. I would almost rather take a shot on a Julian Alfred at a big plus number, probably. Like, what's Julian Alfred? Probably plus 5 something, maybe. Julian Alfred's fast. She's a problem, and she's beaten Sha'Carri before. I hope Sha'Carri wins, and I think she probably will, but I'm not going to bet on it. I did bet on Julian Alfred to win 200 plus 450. I don't know what the number is now. I haven't dug into the rest of the races. I think maybe like if I wake up on time Sunday, I might do like a really early morning stream, maybe like a live watch along too, because the stuff starts at like 4 in the morning our time. Let's talk a little bit of UFC. I have not done a ton of film study for this. I know most of the fights for tomorrow. I don't have any bets for tomorrow either. The main event is going to be sick, and the main event I think is priced wrong again, but not wrong enough for me to bet on it. Like Corey Sandhagen at plus 250 or whatever he is. Like, I feel like that's pretty good value. I do think Umar Nurmagomedov is probably. I don't know if he's the best. I don't actually think he's better than Sean O'Malley. I think Sean O'Malley is the best bantamweight on the planet. I think Umar is second at worst. I don't think he's that good. Corey Sandhagen can beat anybody on any given night. Corey Sandhagen is good everywhere. Umar Nurmagomedov's last name is Nurmagomedov. I think that skews odds a little bit. I do think he's going to win tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to waste my money on Corey Sandhagen. But like, if Corey Sandhagen wins that fight tomorrow, I'm going to be 0% surprised. 0%. Plus 600 for Julian and the 100. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm not going to bet it because I don't actually think she's going to win, and maybe that's just some of my bias. I think it is going to be Sha'Carri, but what are the implied odds of that are like what 15% or something like that? 10%? I don't know. I can't do the math in my head, but that number is wrong for Julian in the 100 meter dash tomorrow. Bullet Magomedov is a big favorite against Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I have no idea. Like, Shara Magomedov is like really good, but like he showed he can't defend a takedown in his last fight, and like pretty much also showed that he can only kick people. So like, is he good enough at kicking people to beat Mikhail Oleksiejczuk? Probably, but I'm not laying minus 238. I also am not a big enough Mikhail Oleksiejczuk believer to like bet on him. You know what I mean? I do think Davison Figueiredo is going to beat Marlon Vera, Chito Vera, and I also probably think that's worth the minus 140, minus 150. So you think Sandhagen's going to win Octopus? Yeah. So Umar is better, but like, I agree. Like, I'm not going to say I think Sandhagen will win. It would not surprise me at all, and I think the odds should be a lot closer. Like, if I was going to price that fight, like I would put Sandhagen at closer to plus 140, plus 150 instead of plus 260 or whatever the hell he is. I do think Chito Vera probably gets rolled over by Figgy. It's also going to be a decision because you cannot kill Chito Vera. Michael Chiesa is going to absolutely steamroll Tony Ferguson, probably, but weirder things have happened. Tony Ferguson should have retired 10 fights ago. Mackenzie Dern, here's an interesting one. Mackenzie Dern is the favorite last time I checked against Lupi Godinez, and like, Mackenzie Dern is a bad mixed martial artist. She's one of the best practitioners she might be the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner on planet Earth. She's a bad mixed martial artist because she can't take you down, and she also has only shown that she can punch people in like one of her fights. I think Lupi Godinez is a good mixed martial artist. She had that bad loss in her was that her last fight or 2 fights ago? But I'm probably going to bet on Lupi because every time Mackenzie Dern fights, I just bet on whoever she's fighting. And I almost always win because Mackenzie Dern is a bad mixed martial artist, and she should never be a favorite unless she's taking on like a nobody. And Lupi Godinez, is not a nobody. Like before that last loss, I was saying let's kind of fast track Loopy to a title shot because we need some new life here. At strawweight, Loopy Godinez is really good, and Mackenzie Dern does have a chin, but I'm feeling pretty confident that Loopy's winning that. Abu Dhabi is the home turf for Dagestanis. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, 100. That's my take, Octopus. I do think I think Sandhagen Umar should be closer to a pick'em. I do think Umar is going to win, but it's not. I don't think the odds gap should be that wide. Joel Alvarez, Elvis Brenner, I don't have a clue, to be honest with you. Alonzo Menafield is the favorite against Azamat Mirzakhanov. I don't know anything about Azamat, but I do know Alonzo Menafield makes some really bad decisions and very, very low fight IQ. So I'm not laying minus 200 on him ever. Is there anything else here that interesting me? Victoria Dudikova is going to win by decision against Sam Hughes. I'm feeling pretty confident about that. SD Dumas. I really wish is this the first time Cedric Dumas has been the favorite in one of his fights? That kind of disappoints me because like his first fight in the UFC, he looked awful. And then people just like assumed he was really bad. And then like 3 fights later, I was talking about how much like improvement he showed, and somebody was in the chat saying SD Dumas is like really bad. Like, no, dude, like go start at the very beginning of his UFC career and then watch every fight in progression. He makes huge strides. Like I think in one of the commentaries they were like, yeah, he was just fighting people and getting in trouble for it. So he's like, I'm just gonna start fighting for a living and do it professionally. Kind of showed early. Like he's made huge strides. Like SD Dumas is a good fighter. I don't think I'm gonna bet on him as a favorite, even though I don't think Denise Tiolulu is good either. But I'm kind of sad that we're at the end of the SD Dumas getting overlooked and being an underdog. That sucks. Vucencic debut. He's a sleeper. His whole body is covered in tattoos. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I'll take your word for it. I just truly don't know. I have not watched any film on those two guys. But yeah, picks that I feel pretty confident about. Victoria Dudikova is going to win that fight by decision. Lupi Godinez is also going to win that fight, probably also by decision. And Davison Figueiredo is going to win that fight by decision. If you wanted to play a Corey Sandhagen by inside the distance at like probably a big number, I might have a lotto that includes Sandhagen inside the distance, and then like what's that loop? I don't know. Like it's weird that Loopy's. I can't wrap my brain around Loopy being the favorite in that fight. That's so weird. It's so weird. I'm trying to find another dog that I like. But Loopy, I guess technically. Elvis Brenner is live to beat Joe Alvarez. I don't know that he's going to, but he's definitely live. Tony Ferguson is not live. I think there's definitely a world where Mikhail Oleksiejczuk beats Bullet Magomedov. But I don't know. I haven't bet it yet. No bets for me on this card. When I bet something, I'll post in the Discord first, and a couple hours later, I'll throw it on Twitter for you guys. Please like the video if you have not already. I'm about to urinate in my pants, and we're potty training my 2-year-old, so we're cleaning up enough piss as it is. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you truly for your support. Happy Friday. Like the video if you're still here. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We'll talk to you Tuesday at the latest. I'm going to try to go live early Sunday morning, see what happens. I'll talk about some Olympics and stuff. So appreciate your time. Be nice to each other. Good luck on all your bets. Once I find the thank you for watching screen, we're going to end the show. Love you. Bye.